Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to sketch a dandelion flower with watercolors. The colors I'm using are white nights in a tin, 12 full pens with a foldable palette. For this sketch I don't have a specific plan to represent a realistic dandelion. I'd like to play with the watercolors to see just what happens. Before beginning sketching, I'm activating the watercolors with water spray so that the colors could be more easily picked up from the palette. For wet on wet technique, I'm soaking the surface of paper with clean water. The water should be distributed as uniformly as possible, and I'm letting it a few seconds to enter the fibers of paper. The paper I'm using today is made by SMLT Art 240 GSM. This is not cotton paper, it's a cellulose paper. To make the round shape of the flower, I'm starting charging a few random colors on paper. So I'll choose some warm colors: yellow, yellow ochre, orange, a bit of orange. So the color spreads in unpredictable way on paper. I'll add a bit more of yellow because it is very transparent. It doesn't show so well as orange. I keep charging until I have a roundish shape. In the center of the flower there is a capsule. I'll add a darker color, this red, and I let it spread in all directions. I'll wait a bit that the paper dries because it's harder now to control the color, in which directions it goes. The paper buckled here, so the color spreads ununiformly. Maybe next time I'll try to use a heavier paper, or I'll choose a stretched paper. After the paper dries a bit, I'm continuing with dry technique. For the next step I'm choosing a thinner brush. It's a number 4 brush made by Winsor and Newton. I'll pick a brownish color. This is burnt sienna and sepia, I think. I'll make the base of the stem. It's not perfect round shape. It's in random directions. I think I need a darker color here. I'll wait until here in the center it dries to make possible further deepening of the value. And for the stem I'll use this thin brush to make an organic shape line. So it starts thinner and thickens as farther it goes. At the end of the stem it's completely dry brush. Now for the seeds, I'm starting to make random seeds of elongated shape. To add a bit of contrast to the flower, which is painted in warm colors, I'll add a bit of cool colors, blues and greens, a bit in the background. Just a few random directions, a few bits of colors. With clean water I'm rubbing a few spots to add interest to the flower. Clean water dilutes the color on paper, makes this blooming effect. Maybe with the tissue I might lift out more of colors. Using clean water, I'm adding here and there in random parts to make the lost and found effect, because not all parts of the stem are so obvious. There is only a suggestion that here might be a stem. With more brownish spots, I am trying to achieve the effect of seeds. The seeds have this elongated shape. They are in all directions. Here on wet surface they are not so defined as a shape. Also in this bottom part there are some feathery lines. It's not a realistic representation. Flower is just an inspiration for this abstract sketch. After the watercolor dried on paper, I'm using this craft knife to scrape paper in some parts to add some interest. Some lines, a few spots here and there, maybe on the stem. This is a noisy part of the sketching. For this purpose you can also use sandpaper to reveal the color of the paper. Instead of using gouache or an opaque color, scraping paper makes the white more uniform and homogeneous. This is a quick sketch, a loose watercolor sketch of a dandelion. I used wet on wet technique, dry technique, scraping, charging. The flower represented just inspiration for this abstract sketch. Thank you for watching. Bye!